Nintendo.
We regret being
Greedy.
bastards. We regret coming.
This game.
And we most definitely regret
These chads.
just blew up our raggedy ass
Games.
Hoorah!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. As announced on Twitter yesterday, I am joined by Mr. Zero Dark here, and we're going to be basically sharing our thoughts about the Splatoon 3 Direct, which, oh boy, a lot to talk about.
We're going to rustle some jimmies.
We're going to rustle some jimmies. They're probably already throwing gasoline onto an already raging fire with this, but I don't think either of us care at this point. I mean...
No, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I'm a certified arson. Not really, but...
Okay, so I suppose we'll kick this off with some positives, even though there is only one. The new campaign, which I will admit does look pretty interesting. It's exploring the idea of an alternate timeline involving Pearl Marina and Team what is it? Chaos? Order? Whatever it was.
I think it was Team Order.
Team Order, yeah. And they're exploring an alternate timeline where they won that last Splatfest, which I think that concept is really, really intriguing. I hope they go all out with that and they, make something worthwhile. I hope it's like, I know people are like dreading the idea of it's like, oh god, don't make it as challenging as the Octo expansion was. And it's like, oh, it's probably going to be. Let's be real.
Well, okay, let me rustle the first Jimmy here. And that is people complaining about the Octo expansion being tough. I don't see it. I played it. There's some parts that were infuriating, but a lot of it wasn't hard. It was slightly challenging, but it wasn't, I wouldn't say ball-bustingly hard. It was kind of easy.
So basically what Z is saying, skill issue.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I mean...
No, you've got good points.
No, and like I said, though, I do like where they're going with this, with the campaign. I think it's really, really going to be interesting. Could it work? Yeah, absolutely. But it ultimately depends on how they're going to execute it, because let's be real, and we're going to get into this later, but the pricing they're asking for on this is, oh man, we're going to get into that. We'll get to that, trust me.
Yes.
But, this is yes, you have things to be excited about, but and some points have been brought up about it, but to veteran players like Z here, I can see completely why he feels insulted, because and this is, we're going to dive into the negatives. Okay. Oh,
allow me to address the huge elephant in the room, right?
Yep.
So my big issue that I have with this DLC announcement is their big ploy that they just shove in your face. Wave 1. Hey guys, do you remember the hub world from Splatoon 1 in Copolis? No?
2?
You don't remember? You guys never had Wii U's?
I will grant the fact that there's some criticism and the backlash against this. Yes, the backlash is 100% warranted, but I also get the points that some people are bringing up, like, oh, there were some people that came to Splatoon 3, and that was their first time with the franchise, and they never got to experience Inkopolis Square or Plaza. Okay, I'll grant that.
Fair.
But it's like, to veteran players that have been there since day one, on the Wii U to the Switch to now, they feel insulted, because they're literally going back to the city they literally just spent almost 8 years in, which is hard to believe.
and here's the big kicker, right? There's a reason why you kind of forget about that plaza. It's because it's so forgettable. There's a reason why, what the hell is it called? Chaos City or whatever. There's a reason why that place is more bussin', and why Inkopolis Square is a lot more nicer and better. It's because Inkopolis was a plaza, was so forgettable. I'm sorry. The only cool part was seeing what the Squid Sisters, and if you stared at them like a stalker, they would wave at you. That was it. That was the only intriguing part.
Funnily enough, Splatsville, they kind of copied that with Deep Cut, which, to be fair, but at least if you played the campaign first, it made total sense. I mean,
Yes.
but it's just I'm sorry to those who are excited for this DLC, but I can definitely get why veteran players of this game who have been there since day one feel insulted. And let me get this straight. They're not only reusing old maps that people have been to for years at this point, but what about the new gear? Is that reused or is that actually new?
Absolutely. No, I have the itching suspicion that the gear that's going to be locked behind this DLC in that new hub world is going to be old ported gear from Splatoon 1 and probably 2. It's going to be ported gear.
Which, honestly, I'm going to bring up this point. I'm surprised that already wasn't done with Splatoon 3 when they on launch. I mean,
right?
Like that would have been the ideal time to do that. And if you're going to label this as an expansion pass, make it feel like an actual expansion. Try something new. Stop this lazy, underdeveloped bullshit. Okay? Now, I know what people are going to say. Oh, but Nintendo's target audience. Okay, I will grant that. This game is being targeted to people who,
to children.
are kids. They don't care about game quality. They just want something that's going to, entertain them for hours on end. They don't care about quality. They just want to go in and play and shoot things up, which is completely fair. But this is, like, to people who are older, like, who know better, who know that the quality Nintendo can actually put out, and the quality they did put out in the 2000s and the early 2010s, this is inexcusable. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, this is not something that any of us really expected for an expansion pass, and the price, oh my god.
$26 US dollars.
$26 for reusable shit. What are they thinking?
It's $20 for their new campaign that they have, and it's $6 for legacy items. Why?
That blows my mind. I mean, it is like, keep in mind, I'm going to make a point here that's probably going to piss some people off, but the Octo expansion was $10 and had more content than this. I mean, it was the Octo expansion in Splatoon 2 was $10 and had more content than what this is offering. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is, like, again, if it was like, if this was priced in the $10 range, like in the $10 to $15 range, I wouldn't even be making this video with Z at all.
No.
It's like this because in my book, that's what this is actually worth, $10 to $15.
And they're pulling a Call of Duty. What was that one game? The Call of Duty Infinity Warfare / Modern Warfare Remastered. Do you remember if you wanted to buy Modern Warfare Remastered, a physical copy, it came with Infinite Warfare?
Yeah, because that game was selling so poorly, that they were they were desperate enough to play on people's nostalgia to get this to sell. That's exactly the tactic Nintendo is using here.
Exactly. This is what they're doing. They're like, hey, remember Splatoon 1? Well, now you do it. It's now shipped. You can't buy. I'm betting you won't be able to buy the campaign by itself. You have to pay the 26 premium.
I will bet money
just for legacy.
Some people I talked this about in a group chat last night brought up a point too. It's like, okay, between now and release, some more news could come out about it. Okay, that's completely fair. And if some things turn out to be more good than anticipated, I'll retract my criticism from this video.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's like, this is something that's just not acceptable. I mean, okay, this is like the peak of Nintendo development, not only corporate money gouging, but the peak of development laziness. And people who are veteran gamers like me and Z, who have been in this gaming world for as long as we could remember, it's just like, you can't excuse shit like this. I mean, you just... again, I am not bashing the people who are excited for it, and if you want to buy it, more power to you. It's your money and it's your choice. But just know, I really honestly think you are being blatantly ripped off. I mean, this expansion is not worth $26. Not even close.
No,
I mean,
no.
this, like I said, the Octo expansion, I brought this up before. I brought it up earlier in the video. The Octo expansion was $10 and had more content than what this is offering by a landslide.
And
This,
let me drive home the point of laziness and reskins, right?
yeah,
Let me hit you with some facts. Splatoon 3, right, at release came out with 16 total maps. 7 of them were originally created maps. 8 of them are ported from older games.
yeah. That's,
What?
Now, was Splatoon 3 good at launch? Absolutely. It had a great launch. I mean, sure, the multiplayer bugs were a little bothersome, but they got patched up pretty quickly. So, props to Nintendo on that. But in the campaign, the original campaign, fun as fuck. I mean, I can't knock them for that. But, you know, this is a game that you kept us waiting, let's see, almost 5 years for. And this is what you're giving us? I mean, keep in mind, Splatoon 2 came out in 2017. I mean, and we had to wait almost 5 years for this game. And
5 years. And it just feels like an update.
Exactly. 5 years. You had all that time to develop this game, and this is what you gave us? I mean... I'm not comparing this at all because both games are very vastly different, but this feels like a Halo Infinite situation. You know, 5 years to develop a game and it releases unpolished, barely, multiplayer barely works, a ton of bugs, campaign's fun, and the DLC is just another slap in the face. I mean,
Out of 51 pre-established weapons, there are only 7 new ones in Splatoon 3, and 2 of them are complete new ones. 2 out of those 7. 7 new weapons?
and
Are you... What?
Yeah. And secondly, why would you introduce a new weapon in Splatoon 3, the Splatana? Like, everyone's always wanted a sword in the game. Why would you make it garbage to use? You should know. You should know everybody is going to fucking flock to that because they want to try out the new weapon.
And to everyone who's going to... Can I swear here?
Mm-hmm. I don't care.
To everyone who's going to bitch and complain, oh, it's just a skill issue. I bet you, when you first flocked to that weapon, everyone's going to suck at it. Not everyone's good at using it, but it's so underwhelming. It's so garbage.
Like in the concept art when you saw that sword with the chain, I'm like, oh, that is cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
This is going to be sick to use. But it's like, no,
it's just lame. Yeah.
It's lame. Anyway, I really think we've drove home the point, and like I said, I'm not bashing those whatsoever. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do with your money. It's your choice. No. But just know that I personally, and I think Z will agree with me, if you're buying this, you're just throwing away $26. I mean,
yes.
Like I said, if this was priced in the $10 to $15 range, I wouldn't even be making this video.
No, that would have totally been. I would have been sketched out. And you'd be like, "Oh, okay, they brought back the old Hope world," but $15.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Fine.
Yeah,
that's reasonable enough for what it's offering. But 26?
26.
No, I'd rather wait until that goes on sale before I even consider buying that. And that's even questioning it even will.
I don't think it ever will.
I don't think it ever will. And like I said, folks, I guess it's your money. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do, but I really think I know some veteran players of this game, including Z here, feel insulted, and I can't blame them. I mean, this is a blatant slap in the face to the fans who not only waited like almost 5 years for this game, but are also waited like 3-4 more months before whatever, and it's
It's painful. It hurts to see, and it hurts to see other like new Splatoon players who just flock to this new content, or we're so in a content drought that every drip feed of content, you just suckle onto that tea hard, no matter how bad and it's just a port it is.
yeah.
At the end of the day, Splatoon 3 at its release and moving onwards feels like a $60 update to Splatoon 2 than it is a new game.
Yeah, and again, am I losing hope in this game? No. This is probably just a big filler content because for all we know, they could be working on something bigger, which we all know this game isn't done. I mean, they're
gonna milk this game hard.
They're gonna milk this game hard until they can't no more. But I don't think it's gonna be like, I don't know. But there's a lot that needs to be worked on, and Nintendo drop this. Like this type of marketing only works with kids who don't know any better. No adult with a brain would be like, I'm gonna spend $26 on this. Now again, back to my point, it's your money, you do what you want with it, but
Yeah.
it's this is insulting, period, end of story. And it'll be something to watch in the coming months. Like, obviously, more news could be coming out about it. And yeah, am I confident? Sure, but am I confident?
Don't sound confident in your confidence.
Well, am I confident this game could still be salvaged and good? Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I don't immediately lose faith in things. I'm not a part of that. Like, I still believe Halo Infinite could still be a good game in like a couple months or so. It was, and in fairness to it, it was going in that direction until the 343 firings came along. So who the fuck knows what's going to go on there? But I mean, it's hard. Gaming as a whole right now is in a tough spot, and I made a bold prediction to some other friends of mine that I think we're witnessing the death of AAA gaming and the rise of indie developers. I mean.
Yeah.
Live service AAA, that era is dying, and it should fucking die. I'm sorry. It should die.
Thank God. Yeah.
I mean,
live service games blow. They are awful because you're drip fed content. Whatever happened to the days of, hey guys, we made this new game. It's finished at released.
Yeah, what happened to the days of let's have some barely good examples. How about the original Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, all finished, ready to go at release. And DLC came for them at later times. Same thing. Finished at release, ready to go. Like the live service era is dying, and it needs to die.
Good.
I mean,
good. Perish.
Where no one's gonna miss you. And here's the thing, folks. And I think we'll make another Dune Talks video about live service too. I mean, that'll might come later because we got a lot to say about that.
Oh yeah, we do.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, are all live service games bad? No. There are some There are some I played that have been absolute bangers. The recent Modern Warfare 2 being one of them. Like, you don't even need to play to get the battle pass on that game to have fun in it. You can just pick up a gun and go. You don't need and what I like about the battle passes in MCC when they did that, and admittedly a little bit of Halo Infinite and Modern Warfare 2, is the fact that it's all purely cosmetic. Meaning you don't have to do it. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. But I like the marketing idea. It's like, oh, well, this game is good. I might be inclined to spend some money on it. I mean, it's just most live gaming services just suck the fun out of everything and turn everything into a chore. And it's got to stop.
It's got to die.
It's got to
perish.
It's got to die. It's got to perish. And that's all I have really to say. I mean, overall, Nintendo, and I know we kind of got off keister there, but this was disappointing. And you made us wait for almost 5 months for this. You made us wait for... We all knew a DLC was coming. It was only a matter of time. But, I mean, you hype up this DLC, and that's all you give us.
In the infamous words of a very angry Joseph, You done fucked it up.
You done fucked it up. And I really hope that you guys go forward with this with a more mindset of, okay, we understand that new players have not experienced the previous game's areas. Fair enough. But what about our veteran players who, you know,
To have been there from the start. What do they want to see?
What do they want to see? Oh yeah, something new. Something innovative, something that's never been done before. You know? The Octo they got that with the Octo expansion. You know? The Octo expansion in Splatoon 2 was completely new across the board, innovative, new story, new characters, all of that. You had it right there, Nintendo. What happened?
They saw where the money was going, and they just said, "Oh, this is what's making the big bucks. Let's do it."
Yep. And again, business decisions are going to be made based on what businesses believe is right, and that's whatever. But don't throw a piss fit when nobody likes it. I mean,
seriously.
Like, don't be, what is it? Oh, EA. Or I wasn't EA. I know it was some game dev that threw a fucking fit, like, years ago because nobody liked his game. It was day one Gary's Incident. And if you are old enough to remember that game, God help you. But, I mean, you've noticed how it's completely vanished from existence. Yeah, because nobody fucking likes it. It was so bad. And the game developer didn't help his case at all by taking down videos of people criticizing it, which is just, don't do that.
That's just scummy work right there.
No, that's just proof you can't take criticism. That's all it is. And it's just gonna make people criticize you more. You're not helping yourself.
No.
I mean, anyway, I think that does it for this episode. I've been Dune Blaze and my buddy Z here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, obviously, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for more. There'll be more of these in the future. I think Z and I are going to be tag teaming this a lot more because it's a lot more enjoyable with a partner to rant about things. But anyway, that's it. That's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and peace.